Sometimes doing more is actually one of the worst things that you can do inside your business. What's up, everybody? Justin Saunders here. And if it's your first time tuning into the channel, I like to talk about ways to scale your business, dive in on my business, and show you like the things that we're doing, things that are working. So if you're in the online business space, you are in the right spot. And in this video, I want to talk about the concept that as entrepreneurs and how our brains are wired and how social media portrays that we always have to be doing more, right? Like if you go on social media, I'm sure you see it all the time. People are always saying like your competition's out working with you when you're sleeping. If you're not working 24/7, you're never going to grow. It's grind every day, grind on the weekends. And there's some truth to that, but there's also a big myth to that as well. And I've been doing this, running businesses online for over 5 years now. And the biggest thing that I've found is like sometimes doing more is actually one of the things that might limit and hurt your business the most. Now, let me put some context into this because there's a couple different ways you can be doing more, right? And the biggest mistake I see a lot of businesses make, I coach a lot of online businesses, and the biggest mistake I see them making is that they're trying to do everything. And sometimes the best thing you can do is perfect one system and just let it ride, right? And I know as an entrepreneur and business developers like yourself, it's hard to kind of just sit back and see things grow. So some things that you can do is supplement what's working, right? Like, and what I really mean by this is like, here's an example. If you are running Facebook ads and you're getting clients right now strictly from those Facebook ads, and you have the entire system built out, for the last 3, 4, 5, 6 months, maybe a year, you've built and perfected the system, right? And it's working, you're growing, you're scaling. But in the back of your mind, you're like, well, now I got to tap into Twitter. Now I got to tap into TikTok ads. I got to do all these other things. It's like, sometimes in a scenario like that, you just supplement what's working and it's minimal effort. So like the best thing you can do in a scenario like that is if you know your numbers is just increase the budget, right? Scale from there or put out more content on those platforms. But the worst thing you can do is keep tweaking up the funnels, keep tweaking up something, keep doing something that you think in your mind is going to make it better, right? And don't get me wrong, you can always better your product, your service, but a lot of times it's the simple things that work the best. And when you overcomplicate them and overdo it, it ruins it. And I'm speaking from experience here, guys, because like one of the businesses I had a couple years ago was a coaching business for agency owners. And I would always have to be doing something. It would always be a new video. It would always be a new funnel. It would always be a new lead magnet, always something new to give away for free. And not only did I hit a massive burnout phase and ended up shutting down all of my businesses, which I have a video on this channel that you guys should definitely check out if you haven't heard that story yet. But it was also something I learned a lot from was that you kind of got to let it ride sometimes. Sometimes doing less is actually better for your business. And when you do less, you can actually take a step back and review the process. And that's what I had to do when I hit that massive burnout phase. Like I just had this moment where I just stepped back and I kind of just saw everything way more clear. So if you're at that point where you're like, I always got to be doing something, like, trust me, I get it. I'm the same way. It's like I always got to be doing something to better this business, or I just don't feel right mentally. A couple of things you can do is if you want to go the route of keep doing things inside your business, do things that supplement it, right? So like for me inside my business right now, we've perfected the sales side of things. We've perfected the client results side of things. We've perfected the onboarding. And when I say perfect, I mean for right now, it's always going to get better. But like whenever we make a change, we give it about 3 months. Like, these are big projects we do. Like the last onboarding project I just did is something that I'm going to test for 3 months to see how it goes, right? So it's like I don't need to touch onboarding until I have that data. But things like I'm doing now that are supplementing, that are keeping me busy is recording more videos like this, recording more YouTube videos, right? So we can repurpose this and put it on Instagram. If you guys don't know, our whole main thing is we help you get more clients on Instagram by running Instagram DM ads. The concept behind it is we'll help you turn your Instagram into a funnel, and the process works really well. So, side note, if you are serious or interested about getting more clients on Instagram, I'll leave a link down below where you can apply for that. Our clients get amazing results, for real. It's like one of the best systems out there. I've perfected it over the last 5 years. That's why I'm sitting here confident to say that. But the concept goes like back to what I was saying is, if you want to be busy on things that supplement what you're doing. That doesn't mean go out there and create like 10 different lead magnets or 10 different funnels. The biggest thing that I've had to do inside this business on growing AIA, which is my program, is telling myself simple scales, complex fails. Like I had to remind myself that, right? Like mentally, because I love creating funnels, I always want to go back there and just create a new funnel, create a new landing page, give away something new for free. And I have to keep telling myself it's working how it is. Everything's working how it is. And to this date with AIA, we have two total funnels, one from paid ads and that we send them throughout the DMs. And then one from when people just land on our landing page. It's on my Instagram bio. You can check it out at Justin J. Saunders if you want to see it. But mentally, I want to go out there and create like 10 different funnels, right? But I know that's not going to be the best thing for my business because these are already working. They're optimized. So that's what I'm saying is like, do things that supplement it. And if you're still at the point you're like, well, I've already done everything I can supplement it with, find other things you can do in your life to better yourself, right? Like get in better shape. I think that's one thing that we can all agree on is like, no matter how great we look, we're always trying to hit that next level. And same thing with me. I've been going to the gym for literally like 8 to 10 years, and I'm always trying to get that next level. So like right now, a thing that I'm getting back into that's taking up some more of my time as well, but also progressing me in my future is getting in better shape and bettering my diet, right? So now I'm in a cutting phase where I'm going to the gym and I'm kicking ass with what I'm doing because it's a big workout. And it's one of those things where it takes your mind off business a little bit, but it's also like one of those things where it's good because afterwards you can come back and you can reflect on it. And that's really what it comes down to is like the main message on here is like, don't overcomplicate it. Business is simple when you keep it like that. The biggest mistake I made inside my first 4 years of doing business, really, and I'll tell you how I learned this, was just overcomplicate everything. And I learned it because I finally built a digital marketing agency that was doing about roughly around $100K a month consistently. And it kept growing faster than any of my other businesses I've ever had at the time. And it was because I was so uninvolved with it. Like I worked about 3 hours a week on it because I had the right team members, and it wasn't because everything was perfect, even though, it took 3-4 years to build this business, right? But it was because I removed myself and I just got to the point where I was like, for a whole year and a half, I just didn't want anything to do with it, right? And it kept growing because the simple system that we built in the first place kept working over and over, and I wasn't there to overcomplicate it by my mind saying I always have to be doing something. So I wanted to share that with you because I thought it would be something where it was a great analogy of like, the less I worked on it, the better it got. Now, it's not like that for every business. Like, if you're just starting your business, it's like the less you work on it, the more it's going to grow. It's not possible, right? You have to put in a lot of work at first. So you got to properly understand where you're at, but also make that good judgment on, is this work I'm doing actually work that's going to benefit my business, or is it just busy work that I'm doing just to fuck around with things, right? You got to really understand that and be honest with yourself on what you're doing. So I hope that helped. I want to come on here more often and just kind of give some lessons I've learned from growing my businesses. And then maybe you guys can learn from it as well. But if it did, let me know down in the comments. As always, what we say on these channels is you always have a choice. We have a proven system to help you grow and scale your business. And if you'd like to take advantage of that and hear a little bit more about it, we'll leave a link down below. If not, you're always more welcome to stay here, check out some more of the videos, and I'll see you in the next one.